Millions of years ago, ancient glaciers swept across this land, carving the Michigan landscape we see today. These ice rivers formed valleys, lakes, and lowlands, leaving behind an enduring geological signature. Michigan is surrounded by 4 of the 5 Great Lakes, giving it the longest freshwater coastline in the U.S. These majestic lakes not only define the landscape, but also shape the region's unique climate and ecosystems. From dense northern forests to southern wetlands, Michigan is home to thousands of plant and animal species. This diversity is made possible by its unique terrain and the temperate climate moderated by the Great Lakes. Humans have called Michigan home for thousands of years, from native tribes to waves of European settlers. Their cultural legacies live on in small towns, log cabins, and local festivals throughout the state. Welcome to Michigan, a place where nature, history, and the heart of America come together as one. From vast lakes to forests that shift with the seasons, Michigan isn't just a state, it's a living experience. Today, Michigan is a blend of past and future, where wild nature meets vibrant cities. A place where every landscape tells a story, and every road leads to something extraordinary. Mackinac Island appears like a fairy tale world in the heart of Lake Huron, where time seems to stand still. No cars, no traffic, just fresh air, clear skies, and tree-lined paths that lead you gently into the past. On Mackinac, you won't find cars, only bicycles and horse-drawn carriages. The soft clip-clop of hooves and wheels on cobblestone set the rhythm of a slower, gentler life rarely found in the modern world. Every stone path, cannon, and soldier's uniform brings to life the island's dramatic and heroic past. The sweet scent of fudge fills Main Street, where charming little shops preserve the island's vintage charm. Visitors line up to taste this beloved treat that's become a signature of Mackinac life. Mornings on the island are refreshingly pure. Sailboats drift silently in the distance, gentle ripples touch the shore, and golden sunlight bathes the quiet harbor in warmth. Cycling the island's 8-mile loop is a must-do experience. Ride past forests, rocky shores, and endless views of Lake Huron. Each stretch of road feels like a perfectly framed postcard. Ride past forests, rocky shores, and endless views of Lake Huron. Each stretch of road feels like a perfectly framed postcard. Arch Rock, a natural wonder over 140 feet tall, was shaped thousands of years ago. Standing beneath it, gazing out at the deep blue lake, you'll understand why this place leaves visitors speechless. As the sun sets, Mackinac turns dreamlike. The sky glows orange, trees cast long shadows, and you'll find yourself wanting to pause time, just to savor that golden moment a little longer. Petoskey, a gem on Michigan's northern shore, is where nature, history, and serenity meet. Surrounded by forests, rolling hills, and the vast lake, this small town feels like a storybook come to life. Downtown Petoskey has a timeless charm: wooden storefronts, cozy cafes, and signs that whisper stories from the past. Whether you're a visitor or a local, walking these streets brings a sense of calm. The beaches here aren't just beautiful, they're where people hunt for the famous Petoskey stones. These fossilized corals shimmer in the sun, tiny time capsules from hundreds of millions of years ago. Few know that a young Ernest Hemingway once lived in Petoskey. The town's streets, old homes, and quiet cafes served as inspiration for his earliest stories. Petoskey's marina is peaceful and picturesque. Sailboats gently sway on the waves, and visitors sit quietly on benches, letting the lake's calm wash over them. True to its name, Sunset Park is the perfect place to watch the sun dip behind Lake Michigan. Every evening, the sky bursts into orange and purple, and the lake reflects it all like a dream. In autumn, Petoskey transforms into a vivid painting. Hills covered in reds, oranges, and golds. Every drive and every view becomes unforgettable in this fiery landscape. At night, Petoskey isn't loud. It's gentle, like a love song. Warm light glows from wooden houses. The wind whispers through the trees, and peace settles softly over everything. Lake Superior is a vast natural wonder on Michigan's northern edge. Pictured Rocks is one of Lake Superior's highlights. Multicolored cliffs of red, orange, and gold jutting into the lake like brushstrokes on a canvas. Nature here is a true artist. Though a freshwater lake, Superior can swell with waves like an open sea. Small boats drift bravely across its deep blue waters, facing the power of untamed nature. In winter, Lake Superior becomes a frozen masterpiece. The surface ices over, snow dances in the wind, and strange drifting ice formations appear, like something from another world. As the sun sets, Lake Superior softens. The water turns pink with twilight, and each ripple reflects the sky like shattered glass, quiet, glowing, and serene. What do you think of Lake Superior's beauty? Is it majestic, peaceful, or a little wild? Let us know in the comments below. And if you love nature like we do, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next adventure. Along the lake, trails wind through pine forests and rocky shores, with birdsong echoing in the breeze. It's the perfect escape for anyone seeking peace and a deeper connection to nature. At night, the lake mirrors the moon and stars like a giant, silent mirror. In this stillness, you feel small, but also incredibly lucky to witness such raw and timeless beauty. Tucked away in the clear waters of Lake Huron, Marquette Island feels like a wild, quiet dream. No noise, no tall buildings, just untouched nature and cozy cabins nestled among the pines. Marquette is a paradise for paddlers. Serene coves, winding waterways, and gently swaying reeds turn every kayak trip into a peaceful, meditative journey. The island is home to diverse wildlife: hawks, deer, beavers. You might spot them in the woods or along the shoreline, living freely in this peaceful sanctuary. Along the shoreline stand old wooden cabins, no electricity, no internet, just lantern light, rustling leaves, and evenings spent telling stories by the fire. Life here flows with the water. Locals sail into the coves, cast their nets, reel in fish, and return with quiet smiles, as if they live in sync with nature's breath. As the sun sets, golden light stretches across the still lake, casting a soft glow on distant trees. It's so quiet, you can almost hear your heartbeat slow down. At night, Marquette Island falls into deep silence, just the crackle of fire and a sky full of stars. A place where you don't need Wi-Fi because you've reconnected with yourself. Tucked deep in Michigan's Upper Peninsula, Tahquamenon Falls is one of the most striking waterfalls in the US. With its coppery brown waters and constant roaring sound, it feels like nature's symphony in motion. The upper falls towers over 50 feet high and stretches nearly 200 feet wide, making it one of the largest east of the Mississippi. The force of the water pouring every second is both powerful and breathtaking. Tahquamenon's amber hue is what makes it truly unique. Tannins from fallen leaves stain the water a rich, tea-colored brown, creating a look that feels both magical and otherworldly. Reaching the falls means walking through shaded forest trails. The crunch of leaves, birdsong above, and the scent of fresh wood turn every step into a return to the wild. Unlike the thunderous upper falls, the lower falls is a series of gentle cascades over smooth rocks, forming clear, shallow pools. It's a quieter place, perfect for canoeing or simply sitting by the water in stillness. Autumn transforms Tahquamenon into a breathtaking canvas. The surrounding trees blaze with reds, oranges, and golds, blending perfectly with the amber water for a scene you'll never forget. In winter, parts of the falls freeze, forming giant white icicles hanging above the flowing stream. It's a surreal sight, where movement and stillness meet in a frozen dance. As the sun dips low, golden light washes over the rushing water. The sound, the glow, the wildness, all merge into something you can feel, but never fully describe. Lake Huron stretches endlessly, with crystal clear waters and wild sandy shores. It's the second largest of the Great Lakes, yet perhaps the most gentle and untouched in spirit. Islands like Bois Blanc float quietly in the middle of Lake Huron, where time stands still. Quiet coves, pine forests, and stony beaches create a world apart, perfect for those seeking stillness. Morning along Lake Huron's northern shore is pure magic. The sun rises slowly over the horizon, painting the lake pink, and gentle ripples greet the day with a quiet hello. Beneath Lake Huron lie the remains of hundreds of shipwrecks, remnants of a once bustling, perilous era of Great Lakes shipping. Today, they attract divers and history lovers from around the world. In autumn, trees along the shoreline explode in shades of red, orange, and gold. The lake mirrors it all like a living oil painting. Every glance feels more reflective, more meaningful. As the sun sets, Lake Huron turns silent and solemn. Sitting on an old wooden dock, listening to the gentle waves and watching the last light fade, you realize how lucky you are to witness this beauty. Fort Gratiot Lighthouse stands strong beside Lake Huron, a symbol of guidance since 1829. For nearly 2 centuries, it has lit the way and kept the memory of America's westward journey alive. At 86 feet tall, the lighthouse's white brick tower and crimson roof stand out boldly. Its simple, sturdy design reflects the quiet soul of early Michigan. Climbing the spiral stairs, you reach the lantern room where the wind whispers through the panes. Below, Lake Huron and the St. Clair River stretch out, calm, deep, and endless. Next to the lighthouse, the St. Clair River meets Lake Huron, where 2 great waters converge. Ships glide by steadily, reminding us of a golden era of lake-bound travel. As the sun dips, the lighthouse begins to blink against a violet sky. It's a quiet, poetic moment, where time seems to pause and light becomes memory. Walking along the shoreline park, waves whispering and the lighthouse standing still, you feel lighter. Fort Gratiot isn't just a structure, it's a piece of American memory. Lake Michigan, an inland ocean, stretches endlessly to the horizon. It's the only Great Lake located entirely in the U.S. and the heart of the state of Michigan. Its shores are lined with soft white sand, gentle waves, and crystal clear water. Locals call it the Midwestern Sea, a peaceful escape from the noise of everyday life. Towns like Traverse City line the lakeshore, where nature and community blend in harmony. Small harbors, sailboats, and warm smiles welcome every visitor. Along rocky points, old lighthouses stand watch over the water. More than guides for ships, they are silent witnesses to generations past. In winter, Lake Michigan transforms, ice covering its surface, winds whispering across a frozen world. It feels like stepping into a Nordic painting. At sunset, the lake glows in orange and purple hues. These fleeting moments feel like symphonies of light, begging us to pause and take it all in. Lake Michigan isn't just for viewing, it's for living. People kayak, fish, camp, connecting with the lake as part of everyday life. Lake Michigan doesn't shout or dazzle, it whispers and it stays with you. A lake, a memory, a place to return to. Detroit, the Motor City, the home of soul music, and a symbol of revival. From above, you see a place once broken, but now rising with pride, grit, and undeniable identity. On the edge of the Detroit River stands the Renaissance Center, a modern symbol of the city. Across the water lies Canada, and between them flows a current rich with trade, migration, and music. Detroit was once the beating heart of the American auto industry. At the Henry Ford Museum, you witness history in motion, from the first assembly lines to a legacy of innovation. The streets of Eastern Market burst with vibrant murals. Street art here isn't just decoration, it's the voice of the people, echoing stories of hope, pride, and rebirth. Motown began in a small house in Detroit, and from there, changed the world. Stevie Wonder, The Supremes, Marvin Gaye, all recorded here. Detroit's music is its eternal soul. Belle Isle sits in the middle of the Detroit River like a green oasis. Locals come here for picnics, biking, and quiet moments. Nature's calm at the heart of an ever-moving city. Today, Detroit thrives with creativity, art studios, indie cafes, and startup spaces. A new generation is redefining the Motor City on their own terms, one idea at a time. As night falls, Detroit glows quietly, bright but grounded. This city isn't perfect, but it's real, alive, and unforgettable, like a soul song that never fades. Hessel, a small lakeside town tucked between the forest and the clear waters of Lake Huron. There's no rush here, no noise, only nature and a soft sense of peace that settles within you. In Hessel, handcrafted wooden boats are still built the old-fashioned way. It's not just transportation, it's heritage, passed lovingly from one generation to the next. Just offshore lies the Les Chenaux Islands, over 30 small wooded isles embraced by still blue waters. It's a paradise for nature lovers and seekers of quiet solitude. Paddling between the narrow island channels is an unforgettable experience. Still waters, swaying trees, it feels like a silent symphony composed by nature herself. In Hessel, life is rooted in community and the land. Local markets, handmade pastries, fresh produce, they all add to the small-town warmth that stays with you. As the sun sets, golden hues spill across the lake, and the sailboats seem to pause in a timeless moment. This is when Hessel is at its most beautiful, quiet, and dreamlike. In autumn, Hessel turns into a living painting. The maple leaves blaze in red, gold, and orange. Every step through the forest feels like walking through a fairy tale. Hessel isn't grand or famous, but there's something unforgettable about it. It's a place to pause, breathe, and remember that beauty often lies in the simple things. The Sable River winds gently through northern Michigan forests. Its emerald waters twist like silk, untouched, pristine, and deeply peaceful. The lumberman's monument stands in tribute to those who braved these waters during the logging era. History and nature are forever intertwined along the Au Sable. Kayaking on the Sable isn't a race, it's a journey of presence. Each paddle stroke invites you deeper into the quiet, wind in the trees, birdsong, and sacred stillness. In the early morning, the Sable feels like a dream. Mist drifts low across the water, sunlight filters through the trees, and time slows, inviting your soul to drift with the current. Along the Sable's banks, anglers wait quietly and wild birds soar above. This river isn't just for resting, it's where we reconnect with the living world. At sunset, the Sable becomes pure magic. Golden light dances on the surface, and you realize some places don't need words. Just watching is enough. Grand Rapids, the heart of West Michigan, blends nature and modern life. The Grand River winds gently through the city, a quiet current, linking past and present. It's not loud or flashy, but it has a strange pull, something that feels both familiar and brand new. A morning in Grand Rapids starts with peace. Locals walk with coffee in hand, greeting each other with warm smiles. The city moves at a pace slow enough to feel, but alive enough to inspire, a perfect balance of calm and energy. In Grand Rapids, art isn't locked behind glass. It lives on walls, sidewalks, and in the city's pulse. You don't just view it, you breathe it in. Every corner hides something unexpected, something creative waiting to be found. Each fall, Grand Rapids becomes a giant art gallery with art prize. Locals and visitors alike become judges and fans. Here, art isn't limited by walls. It's shared in the streets, felt through emotion, and made for everyone. Just minutes from downtown, Riverside Park offers room to breathe. With tall trees, flowing water, and stillness, it feels like stepping into another world, where the city fades and nature quietly surrounds you. Known as Beer City, USA, Grand Rapids is home to over 40 craft breweries. Each glass tells a story, and every shared toast sparks real connection. It's not just beer, it's the spirit of the city, one sip at a time. Flavors in Grand Rapids come straight from the land, fresh produce, local chefs, and a passionate community. An open-air meal here feels warm and welcoming, like dining with old friends, even if you just met. As sunset glows over the Blue Bridge, the whole city seems to slow down. Everything feels softer, closer. That's when Grand Rapids speaks to your heart, not through words, but through a feeling you'll never forget. Port Huron sits where the St. Clair River flows into Lake Huron, a rare meeting point of river and inland sea. Standing here, you feel the space expand, where land meets an endless, shimmering horizon. The Blue Water Bridge is more than just steel and structure. It's a symbol of connection. As ships glide silently beneath it, you sense the steady rhythm of life along the lakeshore, always moving, always alive. Port Huron offers a kind of peace, riverside paths, shady trees, and friendly hellos from locals. It's a place to unwind, take a deep breath, and let go of life's everyday rush. Fort Gratiot Lighthouse, the oldest in Michigan, still stands tall like a timeless guardian. The waves of Lake Huron crash endlessly nearby, a reminder that history here never sleeps, only watches. At the heart of Port Huron lies a cozy downtown, where local shops and cafes shape the city's quiet charm. Everything feels just right, just peaceful enough, just warm enough to make you want to return. As the sun dips behind Lake Huron, Port Huron grows quiet and breathtakingly beautiful. A ship fades into the horizon, and you find yourself still, caught in the silence of a moment too peaceful to forget. The Huron River winds gently through lush green woods, a ribbon of nature in the heart of Michigan. It's not just a river, it's the quiet soul of this whole region. On crystal clear water, kayaks glide with ease. This is where people come to reconnect, where the sound of paddles replaces the city's noise. Mornings on the Huron River feel sacred. A light mist floats above the water, turning the whole landscape into a living painting. Nature here is alive in every second. Fish leap, birds sing, leaves dance. It's a soft symphony only places like the Huron River can compose. The little bridge across the river links more than just land. It connects people with nature. Walking here, you're not just passing by, you're listening. On the Huron, generations have grown up with the paddle. Early morning practices carry discipline, sweat, and a quiet kind of pride. When autumn comes, the Huron River wears a coat of gold and crimson. Leaves fall gently onto the water, whispering goodbye to summer. At sunset, light dances across the river's surface, like the soft gaze of an old friend. The Huron River is where every ending feels like a lullaby. The Huron River winds gently through lush green woods, a ribbon of nature in the heart of Michigan. It's not just a river, it's the quiet soul of this whole region. On crystal clear water, kayaks glide with ease. This is where people come to reconnect, where the sound of paddles replaces the city's noise. Mornings on the Huron River feel sacred. A light mist floats above the water, turning the whole landscape into a living painting. Nature here is alive in every second. Fish leap, birds sing, leaves dance. It's a soft symphony only places like the Huron River can compose. The little bridge across the river links more than just land. It connects people with nature. Walking here, you're not just passing by, you're listening. On the Huron, generations have grown up with the paddle. Early morning practices carry discipline, sweat, and a quiet kind of pride. When autumn comes, the Huron River wears a coat of gold and crimson. Leaves fall gently onto the water, whispering goodbye to summer. At sunset, light dances across the river's surface, like the soft gaze of an old friend. The Huron River is where every ending feels like a lullaby. Zug Island rises like a steel island in the heart of Detroit. From a distance, smokestacks curl into the sky, creating a haunting industrial beauty, bold, cold, and mysterious. Up close, Zug Island is a maze of metal and wires. Every beam, every cable tells the story of Michigan's industrial past, once the beating heart of American steelmaking. At sunset, the steel structures glow red beneath fading light. It's when rough beauty and nature collide, a strange, captivating charm that only Zug Island offers. From above, Zug Island looks like a world apart, cut off by water, surrounded by steel. Once a restricted military zone, it's now a fading chapter in Detroit's memory. Locals once reported the Zug hum, a mysterious hum echoing from the island. Its origin remains unknown, adding an eerie layer to Zug Island's already cryptic reputation. The calm Detroit River wraps around Zug Island, forming a striking contrast: nature beside industry. Beauty doesn't always whisper. Sometimes it echoes through the rust and ruins. From above, Ionia reveals its vintage rooftops, quiet streets, and a slower pace of life. It's the kind of town where time seems to pause, inviting you to truly feel and listen. The red sandstone buildings are Ionia's unmistakable signature. History here isn't locked away in museums. It's carved into every wall, every stone you pass. In Ionia, smiles and friendly nods greet you on every street. The warmth here isn't loud, but it's always there, as if everyone's been neighbors for years. Local shops in Ionia feel timeless, from cozy cafes to vintage bookstores. Every corner tells a quiet story, full of feeling and nostalgia. By the Grand River, shady parks offer space to pause and breathe. The wind through the trees, the sound of flowing water, it's nature's quiet song in the heart of town. Each summer, Ionia bursts with life during local festivals. Music, food, laughter, it becomes a vibrant painting of connection and simple joy. Along quiet streets stand old-style wooden homes, each season leaving behind traces. Ionia preserves the soul of the past, gently and gracefully. As sunset falls, golden light bathes the whole town. A church bell echoes through the quiet, like a gentle goodnight from the heart of Michigan. Muskegon stretches along the Lake Michigan shoreline, its vast harbor dotted with boats resting in calm blue waters. It's where maritime heritage meets the peace of today. Mornings in Muskegon begin with gentle waves and cool breezes. Locals walk and bike along the lakeshore, simple moments filled with vibrant life. Pere Marquette Beach is one of Muskegon's treasures, where white sand stretches endlessly and a lighthouse stands watch over the lake. Peace feels within reach here. The SS Milwaukee Clipper is Muskegon's floating time capsule. Once carrying thousands across Lake Michigan, it now preserves golden memories of the past. Downtown Muskegon buzzes with youthful energy, cafes, local crafts, and vibrant street art. It's a small city bursting with creativity and life. As the sun sets, the lake turns still, and boats drift quietly back to the harbor. Muskegon becomes a poem, soft, profound, and achingly beautiful. From historic lighthouses to endless lakes, Michigan has told us a story, not just through scenery, but through emotion and unforgettable memories. The people of Michigan are kind, down to earth, and full of warmth. They are the soul of this place, bringing light even to the coldest landscapes. As the last light shimmers across the lake, we realize some places aren't just meant to be visited once, but remembered forever as a symbol of peace. Petoskey, Detroit, Mackinac, Huron, Grand Rapids. Each place has its tone and story, all blending into the symphony of Michigan. If you love simplicity, pure nature, and heartfelt journeys, follow us to explore even more. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below.